So the last thing you want to do is rush in and bury a guy because of one bad morning or one bad day. But it's time to ask a tough question. It's a fair question. Who's had a worse day? Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, or Phil Mickelson? Tiger's still out there, so I'm going to separate him from this conversation for right now. Let's talk Rory and Phil. Rory and Hefty, because they both growlered the bed. Now, who had it worse? And think carefully before you answer it. Both came in with a ton of buzz. Rory had it because he had 4 straight top 5s in the Open. He had it because he's been playing good golf this year. And he had it because he's playing in his own backyard on a course where he shot a 61, a course record, and he did it when he was 16. And he had all the buzz because he is Northern Ireland's native son, and he did come in as the favorite. As far as Phil had buzz because, well, he gave it to himself when he went on Instagram and told the world yet again, stop whatever the hell you're doing and look at me. So again, who had a worse day, Rory or Hefty? And again, do not rush in with the answer. Give it some thought. In fact, I'll even give you some help. Why don't we start with Rory? He tees it up on the first hole. All the pressure in the world is on him, and he promptly does this. Out of bounds left. First tee. Tremendous poise. Roars. Because that drive did not just go out of bounds left. It went out of bounds left. It hit a woman, and it cracked the screen of her phone, which was in her pocket. That is amazing. Holy crap. Me dropping my custom imported iPhone into Cranberry Lake. Cannot believe how badly that went for her and her phone. You can't draw that up. I bet if you gave Rory 100 shots from that same first tee, he would not be able to hit that woman again and break her screen. So he tees it up again, left again, but still in bounds. And then he chopped his way into an unplayable lie. And then when the carnage was finally over, he had an 8. The dreaded quadruple bogey to start. You talk about picking the worst time to have your worst time. That snowman was only the 4th quad bogey of his entire career. Now, I would never ever say that anybody is done after only one hole at a major, especially that guy, the favorite. But that guy was done after only one hole. No major winner in the past 20 years started a tournament with worse than a double bogey, and he went quad. Now, he played the next 13 in 1 under, so he played pretty well. He steadied the ship, but he was still parked in the mid-90s in the standings. In fact, he was playing pretty decent golf until he doubled 15 and doubled 18 to finish 8 over. Rory McIlroy, the guy everybody was looking at, the native son, the favorite, 8 over. One thing to choke or fade on the weekend because of all that crazy pressure, but quite another to play your way out of the tournament after only one hole. Now, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because the worst thing that you could say about any golfer other than he cheats is that he chokes. And if you're bombing a tee shot off the first tee into a woman and shattering her phone, I'm not even sure that qualifies as choking. It's just horrible golf. All right, so that's Rory. Then you have Philip Alfred Mickelson. Why don't we keep it real for a few minutes? Phil Mickelson is not a very good golfer right now, and going on a crash diet was not going to fix that. I knew that. More importantly, he knew that. Even if you dopes didn't. The only people who didn't know that were the tools who saw that and immediately started making up their own special coffee blend for wellness.
Special coffee blend for wellness?
Did you really think that going on a 6-day fast before a major was going to make you a better golfer? Hell no. So for all you hefty honks who've been brainwashed by the big boy and crying about how I did him all wrong and took a run at him for him taking to Instagram to tell everybody he had dropped a few lbs by fasting and drinking some whack coffee.
That's whack.
For all of you who got suckered into that again, I accept your apology. I said being fat was not his problem and that losing weight wouldn't help and that you were suckers for thinking it would, that even that fraud knew that and was just trying to sell you something. Well, I was right, And all of you who bought in are still a bunch of gullible dopes pounding pitchers of the big boy's Kool-Aid because he opened up with a 5 over 76, his worst opening round at the Open in 11 years. So what's that mean? He dropped 15 pounds and picked up 7 bogeys. Hey-oh! I guess you could say that he shaved 15 pounds off his frame, but added 15 shots to his score. Hey-oh! If you went out to watch Phil Mickelson today, hoping to see somebody put together a good round, you're in luck because Phillip was grouped with Shane Lowry, who shot a 67 and had a piece of the clubhouse lead. Meanwhile, Phillip was huffing and puffing his way to a 76. He parlayed that hard reset into a really hard round of golf. And even when he did something well, he ended up doing terribly. He drove the 368-yard par 4, 5th hole, giving him a chance for eagle, only to have himself send the eagle putt 6 feet past the hole and then blow the birdie putt as well. At this point, if I were him, I would also rather talk about crash diets and his special coffee blend for wellness.
Coffee blend for wellness.
Because he's much better at all that crap than he is golf. I mean, just go Billy Mays with it and start pitching the Mighty Putty or the Samurai Shark or the Big City Slider Station. Because right now, Phil Mickelson, infomercial pitchman, is a hell of a lot better than Phil Mickelson, golfer. Did you like that 38 on the front 9? Call now and I'll double the offer. Just pay separate shipping and handling.
Call right now and we'll double the offer.
And sure enough, he did. Right, he did double the offer. He backed that first 38 up with another. Problem is, nobody's going to buy that special coffee blend for wellness and whatever garbage you're putting on Instagram if you can't back it up on the course. And Hefty is currently 114th on the leaderboard, and he's falling. And he's looking up at guys like Keith Mitchell. Might be time to stop chasing down Nick Faldo for majors and start chasing Ron Popeil for jerky makers and the Showtime rotisserie.